a great fan of the county of Devon, especially the area around Dartmoor, with its majestic moorlands and its beautiful river valleys. And the Tean Valley is one of my favourites. It's a great place to come and stay.
Visitors would agree. The stunning scenery puts Devon in the top 10 favourite places that British holidaymakers like to spend their vacation. And it's where local Devonshire couple Rob and Lucy Otten have lived all their lives. Their home is in Newton Abbot, where they have 3 kids, Reuben, Ella and Morley. This top team run a printing business together.
Hi guys, I'm Simon.
Hi Simon.
Hi Simon.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Rob.
Just been walking through your amazing garden past your house. It's really quite an unusual building. Was it designed like that?
Yeah, it's an architect-designed house in the 70s. It's pitch roofs and a glass centre, so it's quite a property, actually.
Yeah.
Their house sits on a 3-acre plot which overlooks the beautiful Tean Valley. But their printing business has dried up in recent times, and they need to create another income stream to support their family.
Well, here it is.
It's a lovely Airstream, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, God, I'm really a big fan of these.
It's a big
It's an
old boy.
amazing nick, then.
Yeah, it's good, actually. For 1976, it looks, it's great.
And have you had it for ages?
No, we've only had it for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks? OK.
After finding this 70s silver bullet online, they want this American beauty to become a profitable B&B.
The current climate really affected our business, so we're looking for another avenue.
They've taken a huge gamble by ploughing their savings into something they hope will be a winner.
Here it is.
Well, it looks like you found a good one.
This iconic travel trailer may look good on the outside, but inside it's a bit tired.
Come on board.
It's pretty much completely original. Most things I'm looking at belong here, don't they? But they've painted over a lot of it.
Yeah.
They have, yeah.
Rob is planning to remove the paint and get the wood back to its original state.
You're happy doing that?
I am. It's all about time and effort.
OK.
Where Rob and Lucy need Simon's help is to make their silver superstar into an attention-grabbing holiday rental, both inside and out.
We can definitely talk about colours and fabrics and things like that, but the main thing for me is going to be the outside space.
And we're just looking for some ideas and inspiration, Simon.
And I imagine you've got a location with an incredible view. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Let's go and have a look. Can you lead on?
Fantastic.
Okay, cool.
Lucy and Rob want to put their vintage travel trailer down the bottom of their garden.
We just want to make the most of the magnificent view.
Yeah, it's a cracking spot.
I had this vision of taking a deck right out over the slope so you can stand on the edge of the veranda to be able to take in the view.
On a huge deck.
So you've got a lot of levels going on. How are you thinking of sorting that out?
Probably come in with a digger, scrape the top, hardcore, maybe some concrete.
Yeah.
But bulldozing the area is bothering Simon.
What I'm thinking is that it's incredibly brutal to just level the top of this hill with a digger, which is pretty much what they're asking to do. The area they're talking about building the deck is cantilevering out over this space, so you'd be talking this kind of height. And I just think that's too much deck. We would be losing all of this planted area here, which I think would be a real loss. And if we do use a deck, we need to change level, following the natural line of the hill rather than projecting too far above it.
Simon thinks a step-down decking would be a better solution, but will Lucy and Rob agree?
So trying to get away from too large a decking area, all at one level outside the front. So we're going to break it with changes of level. This is what I'm thinking anyway. But do you like the sound of going with something like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
bit less digger work.
Great idea.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about split levels, so it's a really good idea.
Great.
With buy-in from Lucy and Rob, Simon can go ahead and hatch a plan.
You know, I've just come down to the bottom of the valley where the River Tean is. It's right beneath Lucy and Rob's house. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I've got a shoal of little fish just swimming underneath me. I want to get my fishing rod.
But with designs to make, there's no time for leisure.
She's actually a really classic example of the Airstream. And the view is what's most important about the location we've chosen. It's going to be perched on the end of the garden. A deck stepping down to that almost infinity line, an incredible view over the valley. It's going to look amazing.
Rob and Lucy kick things off with the decking. And they've drafted in help. With such fantastic progress made by Rob and Lucy and their friends, Simon can now roll up his sleeves to get the silver superstar ready to rock. And he's asked top carpenter Ian Tsang and designer Zoe Hewitt to jump on board.
No, amazing.
What a shiny, big old pill.
When I came here last, this is the colour that all the wood was painted.
Wow.
So Rob has meticulously cleaned it all back to the original wood veneer.
Must have
And
taken
that must
ages.
have taken a lot of
It
time.
must have been really tricky getting all the paint out of the grain.
My goodness, that's a pretty good job. But there is a lot of work still to do in here. But Zoe, I think what it needs in here is your magic touch. I think maybe a bit more colour and some nice textures and materials. Is that something you can take on board?
Yes, please, absolutely. Bit
Brilliant.
more,
Okay.
more.
It's not just Rob's paint stripping that has impressed Simon. The decking has blown him away.
Wow, that has all changed.
It's absolutely beautiful.
When I came, it was over there.
Yeah.
And we were talking about where we were going to locate it. It was really about getting that view. I was suggesting that we step it down and then push it right to the end so you get that infinity view. And that's what they've really achieved. It's incredible, isn't it?
It's great, and it's a really nice big deck, and they've done a great job.
So, Ian, this is a space that I think we're going to really spend our time working on. I haven't got any seating, and I feel like we need a real focal fire pit, something that's got a real wow factor to it. And then maybe even potentially a bit more shelter, because it could be quite an exposed spot here.
I imagine.
That's the Dartmoor over there.
Yeah, well, Dartmoor's notorious, isn't it?
With such a glorious day, it's a good time to take in the view.
I'm just taking a minute outside to have a think about the interior design, and I've been really enjoying this Devon view.
Instead of trying to blend the inside of the iconic travel trailer with the Devonshire countryside, Zoe is plotting something a little more exotic.
I'm actually thinking about California because that's the roots of the Airstream, so I think that's where I'm going to go with the interior scheme. It is a great view, isn't it?
But for the outside, it's all about blending their silver bullet in with the landscape.
Well, we love it here. The countryside is beautiful, the space is incredible, and the views are just outstanding. We want to be able to share that with other people.
And are you pleased with the deck?
We're really pleased with the deck. It's come out a lot better than what we thought,
You
actually.
did a really cracking job. It came out a lot better than I thought.
Good. We are totally delighted with it, if I'm honest. And I think using the same levels that we had was a great idea.
Simon also thinks having planters around the front will soften her edges.
That could work.
Friends have been on this campervan journey with Rob and Lucy from the very start. But there's one crew member who is showing exceptional focus.
Hello, Millie. I know, you always throw your ball. Come on, let go.
Over at Zoe's workstation, she's had a great idea for some bedroom curtains and is designing a screen print inspired by a legendary 70s icon.
And I've drawn out this monstera leaf that I'm going to turn into a stencil.
Also known as the cheese plant, this green goddess was in every household and is still the go-to retro plant today.
So I've got a couple of scalpels that I'm going to use to cut this out. I'm just going to try and follow these lines as closely as I can. I'm cutting away the pieces where I want the ink to go through. You don't have to be amazing at drawing to do this. You could print something out and trace and make your own kind of composite image with a little bit of cheating. So I've taped my stencil onto this screen, which is probably the simplest way for DIY screen printing at home. I've used quite a thick paper that's suitable for painting on, so it can take getting wet, so hopefully it'll last for quite a few prints.
While Zoe decides on colours, Ian and Simon are busy cooking something up.
What was this, Simon?
So, yeah, you are right. This is a massive wok, but I've used these guys a lot before, and they make really amazing fire bowls. What I want to do is make more of a dramatic feature of this. So we're going to build a low wooden surround with a heat shield to stop it ever risking getting scorched. That kind of just draws the eye more to it and lifts the bowl up.
Yeah, sounds lovely.
And then I would like you to come up with some designs for benches to go around it.
OK. Yeah.
For a dramatic feature, size matters.
So it's going to end up about that wide.
Yep.
Yep.
Good.
And then I want, I don't know, 6 to 8 inch wide. So it'll be this wide.
Yeah.
But not everything about the outdoor space needs to be scaled up.
So I think small benches are more flexible because they can be moved around with the wind.
Something like a metre long, maybe? Maybe using the same decking material to create it as well, so it ties
Yep.
nicely in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. And with the cushions or whatever we put on them, maybe 500 high. Something like that.
Do you want to go away and think of a design for that?
I will do, yeah, great.
Could you give me a hand with this?
Yeah, no problem.
Rob and Lucy's 70s Silver Bullet is a highly standout structure for a rural location. So Simon is taking them to see another local B&B he thinks will inspire them. It's a building which is as eye-popping as their 70s dream machine.
See, she's got a really nice front. What do you reckon? Can you tell?
wow.
Can you tell what it is?
What is it?
It's called the Tabernacle because that's actually a vernacular name for what it is, which is a little Methodist chapel. What they've done with their guest space is orientate everything up the valley where you have got really nice view and privacy, utilising the deck, and then they've got a really nice wood-powered hot tub here. And inside, lots of really nice original interior features, which they've made the most of. I think we should go and have a look.
Yeah, it's cool.
Brilliant.
This tiny sacred gem contains some beautiful period pieces, like this original bell tower and a stunning stained glass window from an old Cornish chapel.
Oh, wow.
So straight away, you're really dominated by that beautiful bed. It's got a real wow factor. They've brought in the sides to kind of match the shape and the design of the window, which is the original feature, stained glass feature, and it makes a really spectacular impact.
This tiny chapel is a standout structure amongst the more family-orientated safari tents. Situated away from the main site, it's aimed at couples wanting a romantic slice of heaven.
It's a small space, But we've got our kitchen, which I really like. It's got a handmade copper splashback, an unusual set of taps, and then they've carried this period styling with just the use of antique chairs and table, really lovely old log burner inside, just so that the whole theme flows very easily between the whole space. Got a really strong character, it's very bespoke. And then to really link everything together, this really quite unusual wallpaper with beetles and mushrooms and birds, all kinds of natural elements in it. I think it's got a real big impact, a real wow factor.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's good.
Really like it.
Lovely.
Lots of things that we can use. Well, and it'd be good perhaps even to use some wallpaper ideas. And
It certainly could take wallpaper, couldn't it?
yeah.
Having a unique holiday rental with period features is very appealing, and Rob and Lucy's Silver Bullet has oodles of retro charm, which Zoe is celebrating with her cheese plant screen print.
I totally raided the kitchen for these. I've got some really vibrant colours here, but I'm going to mix my own to make them a bit more ice creamy and a bit more pastel, a bit more Californian. I'm going to take this green down a little bit so it's a bit closer to the green that's in the Airstream, that sort of minty pastel green. Mix faster. It should bring a little bit of sunshine into the bedroom. Bit of pink.
By using 4 different colours, Zoe is able to put more details into one print.
Just stick my orange down. So this first print will probably have 4 quite clear coloured stripes, but as I move along, these colours will sort of blend into each other a bit more, so I'll get a nice kind of ombre effect. Ready? Shake it off, and then back the other way. Now I'm going to lift it up and hope that it's pretty good. Hey, that one's come out okay.
Zoe's stencil will give her a uniformed print for the curtains. And over at Ian's workstation, he also needs a template to cut out perfectly sized batons for his bench bases.
I've set up a little stop here on my miter saw so that it's much easier to get repeat cuts. I need to do about 30 of these to build it up. There's all sorts of different measurements to take because we're also going to have the cladding of the outside timber, which is going to be the decking board. And all of it's got to add up to 1 metre long by 500. It's much easier to develop a cutting list of all the cuts you need so you can get it all done and out of the way, and then you can go over and assemble it.
Plenty of battens done, and Zoe's making headway with her screen printing.
Let's see if we can get one more out of this.
Back at the tiny chapel, Simon is keen for Rob and Lucy to meet the owner, Kate.
I'd like to start off by asking you a little bit about your journey, how you set this business up.
Yeah, so this was my dad's farm and he told us he was selling. So my kids were 9. We decided to relocate from London and we hoped to set up initially some farm cottages. But then we stumbled across the idea of glamping. It was so new in Devon, we were one of the first people to get involved in it.
Before turning the farm into a glamp site, it was a working turkey farm. And it was also a fellow feathered friend that inspired Kate on the perfect location for a cosy couple spot.
My dad used to send me up to the goose shelter to put the geese away at night. It was the most beautiful spot on the farm. We decided that's where we wanted to put our couple's romantic retreat.
Keen to learn from Kate's experience, Lucy wants to pick her brains.
What elements do you think are important in an outside space?
Depends if it's for couples or for families. If it was couples, privacy
Yeah.
and a beautiful view.
Yeah.
Yeah, but privacy is huge.
Yeah.
They don't want to be overlooked. They want to know nobody can see or hear them. They love that.
And does it take up a lot of your personal time?
Huge.
But does the price tag make it worthwhile?
How much do you think the tabernacle was rented for each night?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I would think about 150 a night.
Well, that's very flattering, thank you. We started about 112 in the low season, and it can go up to about 170, 180 in the high season.
But lovely. There's no other tabernacle around here that you can stay in, so...
Can we book?
Back at Rob and Lucy's, having had divine inspiration at the tiny chapel, Simon's popped in to see Zoe.
Hey, Zoe, how you getting on?
OK, just starting to do a bit of a tidy up.
I've just come back from the tabernacle with Lucy and Rob, and the thing they were most inspired by was the really striking wallpaper. And I was wondering if there was a possibility to do anything like that in here. Any ideas?
Well, the bathroom's quite plain at the moment, so maybe we could do something in there. It turns out Lucy and Rob can actually print vinyl, so maybe I could come up with a pattern for them to print out, and we could, like, wrap the inside of the shower.
Do a vinyl wrap shower back?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And Kate's advice about privacy being key for couples has made Lucy keen to get even more greenery in to create natural screening. With phase 2 of planting underway, Ian's also on to his next step with the benches.
So I've moved on to the cladding for our benches now. It's going to be made exactly the same as the decking material. It's really nice and chunky, so I've allowed for that to make sure it's 500 wide and 1 metre long. We're going to have some longer ones across the whole top and a nice little capping trim around the edge, like a picture frame.
Every craftsperson has their tool of choice. And for Zoe, the pen is mightier than the saw.
I'm just sketching an idea for the pattern to be printed onto some vinyl for the inside of the bathroom. I'm freehand sketching some leaves at the moment. This one's a banana plant leaf. Once I've made a few different layers, I'll feed it into a computer drawing software, and then we can turn it into a pattern, ready to print out any size we like. But I'm thinking that we might be able to print it onto some fabric for cushions for the outside area as well.
And when it comes to the colour scheme, she's discovered something that might have a bearing.
There's a tradition with Airstreams that you have to have a pink flamingo, so there's definitely going to be some pink in here somewhere.
The team are pressing on. And everyone's making fantastic progress. That is, if they don't get distracted.
Go away, doggy.
And sometimes you just need dogged determination.
Go away! Oh, how can I ignore this whimpering dog? Ready? It's over there!
How you getting on here?
Oh, good, mate. How are you?
I'm all right. These are looking fabulous.
Yeah, it's coming together, isn't it? It's got a nice trim on it to mimic what's going on over there. That's one of the long ones. Do you mind me lifting it onto there with me?
Would you mind jumping off?
Go on, get out.
Come on. If you're going to have to give me the ball, I can't play it. Jump down. Jump down.
So,
What are you thinking?
I was thinking to complement your lovely fire, if we cladded it just part way round, we can leave one side open as a wood store. What do you reckon?
OK, yeah. Well, leave the front open as a wood store.
No, I think it'll look good, and we'll see how it comes out.
Great, I like that. I'm going to go and throw this dog a ball.
All right, you have fun.
Lucy and Rob hope their 70s dream machine will provide a second income alongside their printing business. So it's very fitting that they themselves can print Zoe's pattern for their new venture.
So this is the design I started sketching by hand, and I'm really pleased with how it's come out. It's pink, but it's not too pink. It's a bespoke fabric for them, which is a really nice touch, I think. I've got a little helper down here. He's not really that helpful, are you? But you are very delightful. Just want me to throw the ball all the time. I can't, I've got cushions to make.
So Zoe's brought in proper help. Lucy, daughter Ella, and a friend.
Hey, how you all getting on?
Yeah, good.
That's the fabric for the seat.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's pretty amazing. What's it made out of?
It's waterproof fabric.
Well, it's just as well, isn't it? Given our weather.
Absolutely.
Well, and you guys printed that up?
We did, yeah.
How many have you made? Or should I not ask that
Don't
question?
ask that
I'm just going to leave.
The fabric might be perfect for a rainy day, but it's proving tricky.
That wasn't making that noise a minute ago.
Whose idea was it to print it on this really thick stuff? That's what I want to know. Oh, goodness me.
I don't think it was my spec, actually.
It was me!
It's a good idea, because it means they'll survive longer in the rain.
That's true.
So it'll be worth the pain.
Certainly making the sewing machine churn a bit.
It's got a nice low rumble.
It has. It's like even the sewing machine's a little bit fed up with the choice, I think.
Apart from the horrible stiffness and thickness, what do you think of the fabric, Lucy?
I love it. It's great. It's really bold and colourful. I love the tropical vibe.
I'm really glad you like it.
Zoe's fabric may be reminiscent of tropical holidays, but the Dartmoor rain has finally set in.
It's raining quite hard. I don't think it's going to stop either. I finished making all the components for the fire pit, and I need a flat surface to build it on. And I need to be over there in the dry, so I think I'm going to move the tent. Guys, can you give me a hand moving the tent? Cheers.
Troops assembled, this delicate operation can now begin.
Come on. Don't walk into it. Now, spiral around. George, pay attention, people. Go down now. Go down. And pivot around that middle, yeah? Keep going. Oh, we're through. Just walk it towards the back. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? And then down. Brilliant.
Come rain or shine, Lucy and Rob hope to rent out their space throughout the year to provide another source of income. Something which Catherine Hudson does with her ultimate silver bullet, which is based at her home in East Sussex.
Welcome, here we are. So I'm extremely lucky to live here. This is our lake. It's a very beautiful place to be. There's lots of very lovely things to do here. You can chill out in the hot tub. You can hang out in the hammocks. Watch the peacocks, watch the chickens. It's essentially quiet, lovely, hanging out, enjoying nature.
And in amongst the nature is her vintage beauty, which has a bit of sass.
Welcome to Bibarella, the international land yacht.
She is the ultimate in luxury living. But when Catherine came across her several years ago, she was a bit worse for wear.
I found the Airstream in America on the state of New York, covered in undergrowth, and I got it shipped over to England in a container, original, as it was in the 60s, complete with a bathtub, and that sort of slightly mustardy coloured melamine everywhere, lots of brown, not that attractive. I did promptly strip it all out and then started thinking about what I was going to do interior-wise.
An interior that puts the glam into glamping.
You have to have a disco ball. I wanted to have a nod towards vintage, but also make it glamorous and girly and sexy. And so I thought I would combine Art Deco meets glamorous 70s / Studio 54. I chose to put the metal in the back, which reflects the same design as the outside, because otherwise I felt like you were going to be inside a round box and wouldn't really know where you were. Probably my favourite thing is the wallpaper, just because it was the last thing I added. I always think in a space you need something living. Having foliage and animals in the wallpaper just is perfect. This reclining area really is the money shot. I love the combination of textures in this space. I looked at how other people had decorated them, and I noticed there were a lot of blue LED lights, a lot of leatherette, and I wanted an environment to drink Prosecco with my girlfriends in, and none of those wanted to make me do that. The fire's great in the winter time. That keeps it really toasty. And another favourite feature is the wine fridge. And a milk fridge. Milk fridge doesn't really get used. And the drinking apparatus. A little kitchen here, which is just enough. Boil a cup of tea, fry an egg, have your breakfast. I absolutely think that it is very important to make your space unique and different. I think your environment needs to reflect back on you, and it makes you feel happy. This is the bed area, which, as you can see, is huge. Get a family in there.
Even though this silver bullet started out as a personal project, Catherine's B&B is now a thriving business.
I decided to start renting it out because it's such a lovely thing. I wanted to share it with people.
But how much will this American beauty set you back?
It costs £110 a night, and we are busy, actually.
Having a distinct style and colour scheme for a space gives it individual character. And back at base, Zoe's hand-drawn pattern will do exactly that. Inside their 70s dream machine, Rob is wrestling her tropical wallpaper onto the shower walls.
You need 3 hands for this, really. Very tricky, tight space to work in, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I can hear those bubbles popping out, which is good.
The wallpaper will give the shower a real wow factor, which is what Simon is hoping his big wok fire pit will do too. Now nice and dry in his tent, Simon's built the base and can start to clad it in the decking material.
I'm literally just going to slap that on the sides, ready for the capping in the base, and then a metal heat shield that will go over the top. So just got to get on with it now.
With his fire pit base ready, Simon needs to cut out the heat shield.
So this round ring will sit on top of my large top plate, projecting into the gap between the bowl and the ring. And then this strip down the side is inside the ring, and the 2 act as radiative plates to stop the wood getting scorched.
But he's in a race against time.
Started raining again, but hopefully I can get it cut before it really hoons it down.
The rain is back, but it hasn't dampened the spirits of the inside team, Rob and his mate James.
Fantastic, right. This is where we disappear inside. Well, that was easy, wasn't it, mate?
Zoe has come up with another crafty idea and has asked Rob and Lucy's daughter Ella to help her with some decoupage.
I found some really nice tropical wallpaper, and I've got some glue there and some brushes, and we'll just stick it onto here. Yeah, all right. Do you like getting your hands messy? Yeah. Yeah, good. It's sticky. Here she comes.
Simon's in the final stages of making the heat shield, and Rob and James can get the sofa back in.
Make way.
The unsettled weather has made Simon keen to come up with some kind of shelter for the decking area.
I'm thinking we do posts on the outside between there and there.
They plan to suspend an old sail that Rob had lying around.
Oh, that's a good distance.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then when we've got that up and tensioned, we'll place the one in the corner.
Oh, look at that. Made to measure. Happy days. You all right? He's reinvented the wheel. What do you reckon, James? Come on. Is it your turn to stick the kettle on? Great view from here. Oh, you're in the wrong seat, mate.
Having sent Rob and Lucy away,
I know. We'll throw it in a minute.
A new thing to climb on.
the team can now bring all the elements for both outside and inside together. With a 2-week-old vintage beauty on their hands, Simon came in at just the right time to help Lucy and Rob with ideas and plans.
Bit less digger work.
Great idea.
I hadn't thought about split levels.
And together, he and his team gave them inspiration and the motivation to really get motoring with their unique space. With only a modest budget, much elbow grease, and plenty of waterproofs, this 70s icon and the stunning outside space is ready for launch.
Wow.
I mean, you guys have done so well with this deck, and then we've just laid on a little bit of extra.
Oh, wow.
This is
Focus.
amazing.
That is amazing.
Wow.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, we love it.
Awesome.
We built this view overnight.
Wow, that's
I
a
mean,
really
that's
good
what
view.
it's all about, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've made both the fire pit and the seats all mobile, so you can adjust when your wind directions shift. And
Brilliant.
then your sail has worked really well. It was a perfect size for the space. I just love the way things like that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got the other seat over there, which doubles up as a log store.
That's
So you
great.
can play games with that in terms of the arrangement. And then obviously we've got Zoe's cushions with that amazing fabric, really vibrant. I think it works quite well.
It does. It works beautifully. It had so much colour.
I actually want to have a sit on the sofas.
Yeah, I think we should quickly. Yeah. It's great. Oh, nice. I just want to toast some marshmallows now, don't we? That's great. And
Fabulous.
perfect eye level, just above the balustrade. So you can,
It's a cracking.
yeah,
It's amazing. I'm totally blown away.
yeah. This is great.
It's just far beyond our expectations.
So the exterior touches are going down well.
What do you think to the flamingos?
Well,
Love them.
they're great.
But what will Rob and Lucy make of the interiors?
So
Oh, wow.
My goodness. Wow.
Oh.
come on in.
Good gracious me.
I really do like what Zoe's done in here. She has
I do.
actually gone for it,
Yeah.
and it's a kind of it's a Californian party vibe.
It really
It's
is.
brilliant.
We've got a cocktail bar. There's another pink flamingo.
Yeah.
A theme that Zoe has carried throughout the whole of the space with pastel tones and splashes of colour in accessories and the soft furnishings.
Kind of like ice cream colours.
Yeah.
It is.
It's lovely, isn't it? Can
Looks incredible.
Squeeze in there. Wow. That looks so comfortable.
I particularly like the cheese plant stenciled
Yeah.
curtains. It's
Yeah.
fabulous. Zoe did a really good job on that. And then obviously you know about the guest surprise vinyl in the bathroom. It looks fantastic.
That was crazy.
The shower's mad.
Wow.
It's good. It ties in really well with the outside seats as well.
Can we have a pina colada from the cocktail bar now? Come on, let's go and have a look at the view again. You know, I know that people are going to love staying here because it really is an exceptional place. So I guess I want to know, have you come up with a name for it?
We have. We're going to call it the Airstream Retreat.
I like it. Does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
How much do you think you're going to charge your guests to come and stay for a night?
It's going to be about £120 a night, we think.
OK, that's really reasonable. These are really iconic vehicles. People love them. There's a big following. And then you've got it located with the most amazing view.
Yeah, yeah.
And this incredible deck.
Perhaps we should put the price up then.
With a rate almost decided, the sign up, and the awning out, Rob and Lucy's Silver Superstar is ready to rock and roll.
So it's been a lot of fun, this project. And do you know what? Lucy and Rob are lovely, and the team, once again, have been amazing. I couldn't be happier.
We love it. We are absolutely delighted. It's far beyond our wildest dreams.
A lot of hard work's gone into producing this lovely furniture for the decking, and the inside of the van is outstanding.
The colours are fab. It's bright, it's cheery. I love the pink flamingos. It's brilliant. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, she's nailed it.
She has.
Nailed it.